Morning, everybody. We're going to be doing some more milling. As you can see here, I'll just show you the setup. We took one of the big 12x6 beams out of here the other day. It was quite a show, and I'll definitely film the next time we take a beam out of here because it was quite the operation. Felt like the mini Egyptians doing it, going through some interesting ramps and rollers and wheels and pulleys and winches and all that kind of fun stuff. So let me just show you the setup here. I will be milling this beam here today, and we took the top beam off obviously, and then we used these two smaller rails that I had cut off the edges of the beam, which worked perfectly. And then we put some fence posts on there, round fence posts. Then we winched it, pulled it up this, because it's probably about a 10-degree slope. Pulled it up to there, had the wagon up here, and then once we got up to there, then we winched it over top of the wagon and had it on top of the wagon, and then took it down with the quad. So I'll film that when we do this beam here, because I'm going to cut this into 6 inches, and then I'm probably going to cut it in half, or I'll cut it into a 12x6, and whatever's the remainder might be like a 6x6 or something. I'll make a choice on that one when it comes time. So here we go. Let's get to it. Well, let's get to her. The camera fell off, so we got that was a little bit. I filed down the rakers, so it was a little aggressive, so it got stuck a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. It'll come into itself. So here you can see. There you can see the board there. It's about 21 inches or so. So I said I might cut a 12x6 out of it and a 6x6 instead of doing like 2 10.5s, I don't know, or 2 10s. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up on fast mode. Okay, just a few takeaways from this process today. One is I'll just show you here on the mill. Sorry, I don't know which way's up here. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's upside down. Who knows? What I did, because this is I'm only like an inch or two away from using the full amount of this bar, so it's fully loaded as far as this goes, as far as the bar goes. And what I found is if I had the pulley coming straight off the middle, for some reason it was wanting to make the whole thing go backwards like this, pull forwards like that, and I'd rather have it straight, or if anything the nose pointing forward. So what I did is I put the cord around this part here, and that kept it pulling straighter, which made it better. So it wasn't fighting the pulley as much. That's one thing. Second thing is just a neat fact. I was worried today because it's been really, really wet. And I was kind of dreading, because I'm getting lower to the ground, dreading because I like to kneel down to do it. But one thing that's beautiful about this is the sawdust comes out of the saw and spits out in front. So literally I can just kneel on this nice, fresh, dry sawdust on top of the wet ground. So that's one benefit of the Alaskan mill in that sense. So now the fun part is I need to mill this. So I think I'm gonna jack it up in place. I'm gonna jack it up here, get it up above, get it as high as I can, and then I can just use the mini mill, the vertical mill, to go and cut it. I think that's the plan right now. Hopefully Dan gets here to help me. That would be beneficial, because this, like, man, I bet you this beam now, because that's a skookum beam, man. That's like 6 by 20, 21. Like, that's a huge beam. And I bet you that thing weighs 500 pounds. Not lying right now. It is heavy. And so I got a bunch of levers, and I've got some levers, and I've got a pump jack to get underneath it, and then we'll jack it right up, because it's just too heavy to lift. Like, man, you need six guys, and even that would be brutal. So here we go. Okay, so we ended up with a nice 6x12 and a 6x6, and then kind of a tapered board from 2 inches down to 1. I don't know why. That must have been a miscalculation on my part when I cut it square. And then we should be able to get another 6-inch cut out of that one on the bottom, and then get a 6x12 out of it. Okay, we can start taking stuff away. Okay, we got her done for today. Come back tomorrow for the posts, or for loading them up. That'll be interesting. We'll film that this time. That'll be fun to watch.
Did I film it the first time?
No. And it's just really wet. Tomorrow's supposed to be get cold, so maybe the ground will be better, because right now, I'll show you down here, even in 4-wheel drive, I was spinning with all the wheels. Just that greasy. It's pretty greasy. Pretty greasy times. All the truck is, both wheels are spinning in the 4-wheel drive. Take this back to the barn. That'll be it.